This is 007 Radio.
Hey, welcome to Eye on the News. What do we have our eye on today? Comet Ison, C-2012, S1. This comet has been dubbed by NASA as the Comet of the Century. Bold claims for an organization that hasn't released much information since. Comet Ison was discovered on the 21st of September, 2012, by two Russians with a 16-inch telescope. And the comet is named after their observatory. Quickly after this discovery was made, NASA jumps and forms the CIOC, the Comet Ison Observing Campaign. It releases the orbital path of the comet and instructs all space-bound telescopes to be pointed in the direction of Ison for further observation. They claim that it'll be brighter than a full moon and visible to the naked eye in broad daylight. Now that's going to be hard for some of the skeptics out there to believe.
Perhaps some night you could show us your comet.
There it is right there.
I make it a point never to turn my head unless I expect to see something, Bert. Now, truly, we can't see your comet in broad daylight and without a telescope.
But you don't need a stupid telescope. It's right there. Oh, no. This isn't right at all.
It must be coming toward us at a fantastic speed.
Comet Ison will be at its brightest when it's closest to the sun in late November, and will be perfectly placed for Northern Hemisphere observations well into the holiday season. The startling truth is there isn't much information coming out about Comet Ison. Publishers have been keeping their lips sealed and keeping us edgy on the topic. So this reporter did a little digging. Now, as it turns out, it isn't the easiest thing in the world to get a professional astronomer's take on the matter. They exclusively use publishers, who seem to be just fine keeping us on the edge of that seat. I went looking for professionals who were working exclusively in this field of interest, and what I found was quite baffling. You see, astronomers tend to work in teams. One observation is legitimized by their partner. And what I found was that recently, a lot of them had been dying in teams. Strange diseases would strike one, and the other would die 5 days later. If you want more information on the matter, please check out one of my latest videos, Dead Men Tell No Tale. This story is beginning to heat up, and I think it requires a little more investigation. In April, NASA did release the Hubble photos of Comet Ison. They were indeed breathtaking, but there was no real meat to chew on. So I got myself into the Mikuiski archive of space telescopes and found the original Hubble photos. What I found was quite different than the ones that were in the press release. When I reduced the gamma of these images, I began to see the nucleus of the comet, which raised many questions in my mind. Why is the comet's nucleus changing between photos? There appears to be multiple objects in the nucleus. They seem to have different speeds. These, for example, show two objects streaking, similar to car lights, while a camera's aperture is open. These objects appear to have another speed. Could this be companions to Ison? Is this comet alone? Only time will tell if we are reduced to rudimentary observation as this comet approaches. Now these are big questions, and they deserve real answers. NASA has all the equipment necessary to tell us everything we are dying to know. How long is Ison's tail? What does the tail consist of? How big is the nucleus of Ison? And how many orbitals does this comet have? All these questions have serious ramifications, and we'll be keeping a close eye on Comet Ison. If you have any new information about Comet Ison, make sure to leave it in a comment below. If you want to see more of this, make sure to like the video and subscribe by pressing this button. Always remember to follow up and do your own research.